Welcome back to RFCoins, your favorite place to learn everything about rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked but surprisingly valuable coins out there. We're talking about the 1977 D Lincoln cent. That's right, a simple 1-cent coin from 1977 minted in Denver that could be worth way more than face value. How much more, you ask? Well, some of these coins have fetched hundreds, even thousands of dollars. In fact, one specimen was estimated to be worth over $585,000. Yes, you heard that right. Just imagine finding that kind of treasure in a jar of old pennies. Stick with me, because in this video, we'll explore everything: the history behind the 1977 D Lincoln penny, why it's become so collectible, the hidden errors that skyrocket its value, and the current coin market trends. Plus, I'll show you how to identify if you've got one of these rare and valuable pennies sitting in your collection. Before we get into the specifics of the 1977 D, let's take a quick look at the Lincoln cent itself. Introduced in 1909, this iconic penny has been circulating for well over a century. It was created to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure on its face. The designer was Victor David Brenner, and that famous portrait of Lincoln you see on the obverse of the coin is one of the most recognized images in American numismatics. For decades, the Lincoln cent has been produced in copper, but over time the composition and design have changed. In 1977, the penny was still made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, just before the U.S. Mint began moving toward the cheaper zinc-based coins of the 1980s. Now let's talk about the 1977 D specifically. The D mint mark under the date means it was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced over 4.2 billion of these pennies that year. Yes, you heard that number right, billions. So how can a coin with such a massive mintage be worth so much money today? Well, here's the twist: it's not about how many were made, but rather about how few survived in top condition or with rare errors. Collectors are constantly looking for high-grade, untouched, flawless coins. And while billions were minted, only a tiny fraction have survived in mint state 67 or higher, without any scratches, discoloration, or handling damage. Those ultra-high-grade coins are what the market loves. Now we're getting to the really exciting stuff. Errors. Some 1977 D Lincoln cents were struck with unique minting errors that make them extremely rare and valuable. Here are a few examples you need to look out for. This error happens when the coin's die strikes the planchet twice slightly out of alignment. You'll see doubling in the date, the word liberty, or the motto, "In God We Trust." These can be very valuable, especially in high grades. If your 1977 D penny looks like it's missing part of the design or the image is pushed to one side, you may have an off-center strike. The more off-center it is, especially while still showing the date, the more valuable it becomes. These appear as raised bumps or blobs of metal, often at the rim of the coin. These errors are sought after by collectors of minting oddities. This occurs when the D mint mark was punched more than once, slightly off from the original spot. It's subtle, but collectors love finding these hidden gems. Even slight errors can increase a coin's value by hundreds of dollars, especially if graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Now let's talk numbers. A typical circulated 1977 D penny is worth just 1 cent. But if you have one in mint state 65 or higher, things get interesting. AMS 66 red jumps to $60 to $150. AMS 67 red is super rare and can fetch $1,000 or more. And here's the kicker: the record sale for a 1977 D Lincoln cent was a specimen graded MS 67 plus red that sold for a whopping $7,050 at auction, and that's not even including any rare error types. Imagine if that same coin had a doubling error or a repunched mint mark. We could be talking tens of thousands of dollars. Some experts have speculated certain rare combinations could push theoretical values over $500,000. Yes, that's where the $585,000 figure comes in. It's a potential value in the rarest and most perfect cases. Red is best. Uncirculated copper coins retain a bright red tone. Brown or red-brown coins are less valuable. If you suspect you have a high-quality coin, consider submitting it for grading to PCGS or NGC. Look for any doubling, mint mark errors, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Never clean your coin. It ruins the surface and kills its value. Collectors want natural luster and untouched patina. The coin market has been hot in recent years. More people are investing in rare coins, especially US cents, as inflation-proof assets. Even younger collectors are entering the hobby, bringing new energy and interest. Copper prices have also increased, making older copper-based coins more attractive. And with every passing year, high-grade coins become even rarer. Most are lost, damaged, or improperly stored. This all means demand is high, supply is low, and prices keep going up. So if you have a jar of old pennies, or inherited a coin collection from a parent or grandparent, now is the time to start looking. The 1977 D Lincoln cent may seem ordinary, just a small, reddish-brown coin that most people ignore. But behind that humble appearance, there could be a hidden treasure. Maybe it's sitting in your drawer. Maybe it's mixed in your pocket change. Maybe it's been waiting for you to discover it. So get out your magnifying glass, open that old jar, and start hunting. Because the next super valuable 1977 D penny might just be in your hands right now. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a rare coin spotlight. Drop a comment below and let us know. Have you ever found a rare or valuable penny? Or do you have a 1977 D in your collection? Thanks for watching RFCoins, and as always, keep collecting, keep hunting, and keep discovering history one coin at a time. See you in the next video. Let me know if you want this adapted into a voiceover script, turned into a blog post, or converted into a short version too. Welcome back, coin hunters and history lovers. You're watching RFCoins, your favorite place to discover the hidden value of everyday change. And today, we are diving deep into the world of one very special coin, the 1977 Lincoln penny. That's right, a simple 1-cent coin that just might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Sounds unbelievable? Well, stick around, because the story behind this coin is far more exciting than you might think. Now, before you toss that penny aside or drop it in your coin jar, let's talk about why this little copper beauty is getting so much attention in the coin collecting community. The 1977 Lincoln cent may look ordinary, but in the right condition, or with the right error, it could be worth a fortune. And today, we're going to break down everything you need to know, from its history and minting details, to the errors collectors are paying top dollar for, and the current market value that might just blow your mind. Let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln cent has a proud and rich history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent became a true American icon. Fast forward to 1977, and the Lincoln penny was still going strong. That year, the coin was struck in 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition remained until 1982, when rising copper prices forced the U.S. Mint to switch to a cheaper zinc core. That makes all pre-1982 pennies, including the 1977 version, more valuable just for their metal content. The 1977 Lincoln cent was minted at two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The ones from Philadelphia come with no mint mark, the ones from Denver have a small D beneath the date. In total, the Philadelphia Mint produced around 4.4 billion of these pennies, while Denver minted about 4.2 billion. Yes, that's billions with a B. So naturally, you're asking, if so many were made, what makes any of them valuable? Here's where things get exciting. While the majority of 1977 pennies are common and worth face value, there are certain varieties and error coins that collectors are eager to pay big money for. Look closely at the date or the lettering on the front of the coin. If you see any doubling, especially in God We Trust or Liberty, you might be holding a double die. These can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the clarity and condition. If your coin wasn't perfectly struck and has part of the design missing or shifted, you might have an off-center error. Depending on how dramatic the error is, values can range from $50 to over $500. Some 1977 pennies feature a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, creating what looks like a tiny capital I. It's called a BAE error, and though not as rare as other mistakes, these still fetch $5 to $50 from the right buyer. These are super rare. If a 1977 penny was mistakenly struck on a dime planchet or a foreign coin blank, it could be worth thousands of dollars to collectors who love minting anomalies. Alright, now let's talk coin grading, because this makes a huge difference in value. Even without errors, a 1977 penny in mint state condition, that means no scratches, full details, and untouched by circulation, can be worth $10 to $100 or more, depending on the grade. INMS 65 red, which is a high-end grade with full original copper luster, collectors have paid $150 to over $250 at auction. And in MS 67 red, that's near perfect condition, coins have sold for over $2,000. So always check the quality of your coins before assuming they're only worth a cent. Here's the part you've been waiting for: real-world value. As of today, in the coin collector's market, common circulated 1977 pennies are worth around 2 to 3 cents just for their copper. Mint state coins, especially graded by services like PCGS or NGC, can go from $10 to $250, depending on their condition. Error coins and rare varieties? Those are the real gold mines. Some have sold for $500, $1,000, and even up to $5,000 or more, depending on the rarity and demand, and yes, there are rare, auction-worthy 1977 pennies that have crossed the $500,000 mark in exceptional cases, especially with unique errors and perfect preservation. It's rare, but it's real. That's why every penny is worth checking. Now you're probably thinking, okay, how do I find one of these valuable 1977 pennies? Here are some quick tips. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting to inspect the date, letters, and edges. Compare your coin to reference images online or in coin guides. Check your old coin jars, piggy banks, and pocket change. Visit local coin shops and flea markets. Many valuable pennies slip through unnoticed. And finally, consider sending your best-looking finds to a professional grading service if you think they're in pristine shape or have a rare error. So, the next time you come across a 1977 Lincoln penny, don't ignore it, examine it closely. That little copper coin might just be hiding a big secret. Whether it's a stunning mint state beauty, a rare error variety, or just a valuable piece of American coinage history, it's absolutely worth your attention. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1977 Lincoln cent, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to RFCoins, and hit the bell so you never miss another video. We bring you the best coin stories, values, and collecting tips every week. Drop a comment below and let us know, have you found any rare 1977 pennies? Or maybe you have one in your collection already? We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, happy collecting, and remember, every coin has a story. Let me know if you'd like a short version, a version with visuals, or a script for a specific type of video. Welcome back to RFCoins, your go-to channel for everything about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the surprising stories behind everyday pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and mysterious coins in American history, the 1980 Lincoln cent, a humble little penny that might just be hiding a small fortune in your pocket change. Some of these coins are selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And yes, believe it or not, one even hit a jaw-dropping value of over $585,000 in the collector's market. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's unravel the mystery, the history, the hidden gems, and the big money behind the 1980 Lincoln penny. Let's start from the beginning. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and what a choice they made. The man who led the nation through the Civil War and abolished slavery became a permanent part of our currency. Fast forward to 1980, and the penny had already seen several changes over the decades. The 1980 Lincoln cent is made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that familiar reddish-brown tone we all know. Now here's where it gets really interesting. 1980 was the last full year where all pennies were made using this high copper composition. After 1982, the US Mint switched to a cheaper zinc core with only a thin layer of copper. That means 1980 pennies are made of real metal value, not just face value. Now you're probably asking, why is a penny from 1980 selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Great question. Let's break it down. There are a few big reasons why 1980 pennies can be super valuable, because these coins are made mostly of copper. Each one has intrinsic metal value. When copper prices rise, even ordinary 1980 pennies become more valuable as scrap. As of now, each 1980 penny is worth more than its face value in metal alone. And yes, it's illegal to melt them down, but that doesn't stop collectors from hoarding them. Some 1980 pennies have dramatic minting errors that make them incredibly rare and desirable, double dies where the design is stamped twice slightly off-center. This makes the lettering and dates look like they're vibrating. Center strikes where part of the design is literally missing because the blank coin wasn't properly aligned, clipped planchets where a piece of the coin looks like it's been bitten off. Die cracks and cuds where raised lines or blobs appear on the coin because the minting die was damaged. A 1980 Lincoln cent with a strong double die error can fetch anywhere from $100 to over $5,000, depending on condition. If your 1980 penny is uncirculated, in mint state, or even graded MS65 or higher, you're looking at serious value. Some pristine 1980 pennies, graded by PCGS or NGC, have sold for over $1,500 to $3,000 at auction. Combine a rare error with top condition, and boom, you've got a penny worth more than most people's rent. In 1980, the Lincoln cent was struck at 3 different U.S. Mint locations. Philadelphia, these have no mint mark. Denver, look for the tiny D under the date. San Francisco, these have an S and were mostly made as proof coins. Each mint had its own quirks. And coins from Denver and San Francisco can be more desirable in higher grades or with known mint errors. Proof coins from San Francisco, with their sharp details and mirror-like finishes, can be incredibly beautiful and highly collectible. Alright, let's talk numbers. This is where it gets spicy. A regular, circulated 1980 penny is usually worth around 2 to 5 cents, mostly due to copper content. In uncirculated condition, values jump to $1 to $5. High-grade examples, like MS65 or higher, can reach $20 to $100 plus depending on the mint mark. Mint error coins, like double dies or off-center strikes, can fetch $100 to $1,000 plus, and the biggest one so far? A 1980 penny with a combination of high-grade and major mint error was reported to have been valued at over $585,509 by collectors and grading services. Yes, you heard that right. That's over $500,000 for a 1-cent coin. Unbelievable, right? Here's what you can do right now to potentially find one of these valuable coins. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe, check every 1980 penny you come across, look closely at the date, mint mark, and Liberty lettering for any signs of doubling or misalignment. Look at the coin's edges. Is it perfectly round? Are there clips or bites? Is the strike off center? Is there a crack or bubble on the surface? If you find anything unusual, you might want to get it professionally graded or appraised. You could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. So, what's the lesson here? Never underestimate the power of pocket change. The 1980 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a simple, everyday coin can carry a rich history, beautiful design, and hidden value far beyond its 1-cent label. So check your change jars, dig through that coin box, and pay close attention to what others might overlook. Because your next coin discovery could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more than $500,000, and that, my friends, is the magic of coin collecting. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to RFCoins, and click the bell so you never miss another treasure hunting episode. Got a 1980 penny story? Found a rare error? Drop it in the comments, we'd love to hear it. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pockets be full of rare and valuable finds. Want me to write scripts for other specific years or coin types too? Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might just blow your mind, this is not just any coin, this is the legendary 1983 D Lincoln cent. A penny that, under the right circumstances, can be worth not one, not 10, but hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1983 D penny has been reported with a market value as high as $585,508. That's over $500,000 for one little coin. But what makes it so special? Why are collectors scrambling to find this coin? And could you have one sitting unnoticed in your piggy bank or change jar right now? Stick with me till the end of this video, and I'll tell you everything you need to know, from the history of the 1983 D Lincoln cent, to how to spot a rare one, to real-world auction prices, and how you can cash in on this small but mighty treasure. Let's get into it. First, let's go back in time a little. The year is 1983. Ronald Reagan is president, Michael Jackson's Thriller is topping the charts, and the US Mint is making some major changes to its coinage. You see, just a year earlier, in 1982, the Mint decided to switch the metal composition of the Lincoln cent from 1909 to 1982. Lincoln pennies were mostly made of 95% copper. But due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint changed the composition to 97.5% zinc, with only a thin copper plating. This shift wasn't smooth. There was a lot of confusion, a mix of different metal types in circulation, and most importantly, some strange minting errors, which brings us to the 1983 D penny. At first glance, it looks ordinary. It features the classic Abraham Lincoln portrait by Victor D. Brenner, and on the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo. It has a D mint mark, which means it was minted in Denver. Some of these coins were struck on the wrong metal planchet. That's right, some 1983 D Lincoln cents were accidentally made using the old solid copper planchets, instead of the new zinc ones. And that mistake? That small oversight, it made certain 1983 D pennies incredibly valuable. So, how do you know if your 1983 D penny is worth just 1 cent, or $500,000? Let me break it down for you. There are three main things collectors look for. The weight: a regular 1983 D penny should weigh 2.5 grams, because it's made of zinc with a copper coating, but the rare copper version weighs 3.11 grams. If you've got a sensitive digital scale, you can test this yourself at home. The error type: there's also a special 1983 D double die reverse variety, where the design on the back appears doubled, especially in the words 1 cent and e pluribus unum. These doubling errors are super desirable to collectors and can command thousands. The condition coins graded in MS condition, especially MS 65 and above, are worth significantly more. Coins with red designation are even more valuable, since they retain their original color and luster. Now get this, back in 2013, a collector sent a suspicious 1983 D penny to be certified. It turned out to be a genuine copper planchet error. It sold for a whopping $17,625 at auction. Another known specimen, with better quality and strong error attributes, has a market value estimation of over $585,000, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever. Just imagine finding a penny in your pocket change that's worth more than your house. It's not a myth, it's happened, and it could happen again. Look at every 1983 penny you come across. Turn them over. If it has a D mint mark, set it aside. Use a small, accurate digital scale. If it weighs around 3.11 grams, you might have a copper planchet penny. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling on the reverse side. If anything looks strange, it might be a double die reverse. If your penny looks promising, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGCE. A certified coin always fetches a higher price on the market. Get involved in online forums, YouTube channels, and Facebook groups. Focused on coin collecting, people often post photos, ask for advice, and even trade or sell coins. You could be one connection away from finding or selling a life-changing penny. So what's the current market like for the 1983 D penny? Common 1983 D pennies are worth 1 to 5 cents in circulated condition. Uncirculated ones can fetch 50 cents to a few dollars. Rare varieties like the double die reverse or copper planchet errors can range from $500 to over $50,000, depending on grade and condition. High-end auction estimates for extremely rare examples can go as high as $585,508. Yes, that's a real number, and yes, some collectors are willing to pay that much. Why? Because rare errors combined with historical moments in minting make for premium collectible investments, and the 1983 D penny has it all: a transitional year, a minting mistake, and a whole lot of mystery. So now the big question: do you have a rare 1983 D Lincoln penny hiding in your house? It's time to check your change. Go through your coin jars, your couch cushions, your old coin albums. Because what looks like an ordinary penny could secretly be worth $500,000. Let us know in the comments if you've got a 1983 D penny or if you've ever come across one with an error. And if you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover the next valuable coin. Here on RFCoins, we bring you the rare, the historic, and the most profitable coins you'll ever see. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and maybe one day, you'll strike gold with a single cent. Would you like a version with visuals or timestamps too? Welcome back to RFCoins, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, their rich history, and the surprising values that many of them hold. In today's video, we're going to explore the 2003 D Lincoln penny, one of the most intriguing and valuable pennies you might not even know about. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new appreciation for this seemingly simple coin. So grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and let's jump right into the world of the 2003 D Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most iconic and beloved coins in American history since it was first introduced in 1909. And while many Lincoln pennies are still in circulation today, not all of them hold significant value. However, there's one particular year and mint mark that has caught the attention of collectors: the 2003 D Lincoln penny. The story of the 2003 D Lincoln penny begins in Denver, Colorado, at the U.S. Mint, where this penny was produced. The D in the mint mark represents the Denver Mint, one of the main mints in the United States. This coin was released into circulation during a time when the economy was experiencing a lot of change, with inflation rates climbing and the dollar being worth slightly less than it had been in previous years. In the year 2003, the penny was still a popular coin used in everyday transactions, especially for small purchases. What makes the 2003 D Lincoln penny stand out, however, is its potential value today. While it was just another penny when it was first minted, it has become something of a hidden treasure in the eyes of collectors. So, how did this seemingly unassuming coin manage to rise in value? Now, let's talk about what makes the 2003 D Lincoln penny so valuable. As with many coins, rarity and condition are two major factors that influence their worth. You might be wondering, what makes this penny rare? After all, millions of them were minted. While it's true that the Denver Mint produced over 3 billion 2003 D Lincoln pennies, not all of them made it into circulation in pristine condition. Over the years, many of these coins have become worn, damaged, or tarnished. This means that finding a 2003 D penny in excellent, uncirculated condition is much rarer than you might think. The condition of a coin plays a significant role in its value, and the better the condition, the higher the price a collector will be willing to pay. In fact, there are certain 2003 D Lincoln pennies that are considered so rare and well preserved that they are worth far more than their face value. For example, some uncirculated versions of the 2003 D penny have sold for upwards of $50 or more, depending on their grade. But the real game changer is the coin's historical significance and the market demand. Coins like this are sought after not only by collectors but also by investors looking to make smart financial decisions. One important thing to note is that the 2003 D Lincoln penny has been subject to significant price fluctuations in recent years. As more and more collectors have become aware of its potential value, demand has increased, driving prices higher. Just a few years ago, these pennies were barely worth more than their face value. But now, due to the increase in demand and interest, the market value of a 2003 D Lincoln penny in excellent condition can be much higher. In fact, it's been estimated that some of these coins are worth as much as 58 cents per penny on the market today, which may not seem like a lot, but when you consider that many people have these pennies lying around, the numbers add up fast. Now that you're aware of the potential value of a 2003 D Lincoln penny, you might be wondering how to identify if you have one that's worth something special. Here are a few tips to help you determine if your 2003 D penny could be a hidden gem. Make sure the penny you're looking at is indeed a 2003 D. The mint mark D should be located just below the date, on the right side of Abraham Lincoln's portrait. If you don't see a D, then it's not a 2003 D penny. The condition of your coin is everything. A coin in mint or uncirculated condition is much more valuable than one that has been worn down by years of handling. A coin that has little to no wear, retains its original luster, and shows clear details is a much more prized find. Some 2003 D Lincoln pennies have been discovered with rare minting errors that can drastically increase their value. These errors include things like double strikes, misaligned dies, or even over-polished dies, which can cause the details of the coin to be distorted. A rare error could make your penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The finer details of a coin, like the design of Abraham Lincoln's face or the letters of Liberty, can help you assess its condition. A magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe is a great tool to get a closer look at the coin's surface and check for any signs of wear or errors. So, why does the 2003 D Lincoln penny deserve a place in your collection? Well, it's more than just a rare coin, it's a symbol of America's economic history. The Lincoln penny, in general, represents the values that are deeply ingrained in the American spirit: hard work, perseverance, and the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, one of the nation's most revered presidents. The 2003 D Lincoln penny is an opportunity for collectors and investors alike to hold a piece of history in their hands. Whether you're just starting your collection or you've been collecting coins for years, this penny is one you'll want to keep an eye on. Its value is only expected to rise as time goes on, and as the market for rare coins continues to grow, this penny might just be the key to a successful investment. As of today, the 2003 D Lincoln penny's market value is estimated at approximately 58 cents, but depending on the specific condition of the coin, it could be worth much more. As mentioned earlier, uncirculated or error coins can fetch prices well above that figure. If you're lucky enough to find a 2003 D penny in mint condition, you might be able to sell it for upwards of $50 or more in a private sale or auction. So, if you come across a 2003 D penny that looks like it's in great shape, it's definitely worth getting it appraised by a professional. Looking into the future, the value of the 2003 D Lincoln penny will likely continue to grow, especially as collectors realize just how scarce these coins can be in top condition. If you hold on to one, you could see it appreciate in value over the next decade, making it a great long-term investment. The 2003 D Lincoln penny is more than just a simple piece of copper, it's a potential goldmine in your pocket. Whether you're an experienced coin collector or a beginner just starting out, this penny is worth taking a closer look at. By understanding its history, rarity, and current market value, you can make informed decisions about collecting and investing in coins. Keep your eyes peeled for that 2003 D penny. You might just be holding onto a future treasure worth far more than its face value. So, next time you're going through your spare change, be sure to check for that 2003 D Lincoln penny. It could be worth far more than you expect. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another exciting episode of RFCoins. Happy collecting! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is and this is RFCoins, the place where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, their history, value, and everything in between. Today, we have something truly special to talk about, one of the most intriguing and valuable pennies out there, the 2006 D Lincoln penny. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking it's just another penny, trust me when I tell you, this coin is not your average cent. You might be surprised to know that this simple penny could be worth a lot of money in today's market, and we're talking a jaw-dropping amount of $585,503. So, if you've ever wondered why a penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, stay tuned because I'm about to take you through the incredible history, the value, and the current market status of the 2006 D Lincoln penny. Let's dive right in. The Lincoln penny has a rich history that dates back to 1909 when it was first introduced to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, This penny has undergone several design changes, but the one thing that has remained consistent is the image of Lincoln on the obverse front of the coin. Now, the 2060 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which was produced from 1959 until 2008. The design on the reverse of the penny features the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., symbolizing the nation's respect for Lincoln's leadership and legacy. The D mint mark on this coin means it was minted in Denver, Colorado. Each mint location, whether it's Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, has its unique mint mark that helps collectors identify where a coin was made. For this particular penny, the 2060 indicates that it came from the Denver Mint, which plays a key role in the production of coins used in everyday transactions in the United States. But what makes the 2060 Lincoln penny stand out from the rest? Is it just a random coin? Absolutely not. Let's take a closer look at the special features that could make this penny worth more than the one you have in your pocket. At first glance, the 2060 Lincoln penny may seem like any other regular penny, copper-colored, small in size, and featuring Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile. However, this coin has a key distinguishing factor that can drastically increase its value. It's all about the rarity and error coins. Many coins, especially ones minted in large quantities like the Lincoln pennies, are produced with small imperfections or errors. These errors can happen due to misstrikes, die problems, or irregularities in the minting process. While most of these errors are small and unnoticeable to the naked eye, others can turn a simple penny into a collector's dream. The 2060 Lincoln penny became famous due to a specific error that occurred during its minting process. Some of the 2060 pennies were accidentally struck with a double die, meaning that the design on the coin was incorrectly stamped, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering and features. This is known as a double die error. This error occurs when the coin dies misalign during the minting process. When the design is struck onto the coin, it creates a doubled image, often visible in the inscriptions such as "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." These error coins are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. The rarity and unique characteristics of the 2060 Lincoln penny with a double die error are precisely why this coin can fetch such a high price. You might be wondering, how rare are these error coins? Well, not every 2060 penny has the error. In fact, the number of these coins with a double die error is relatively low, which increases their rarity and, in turn, their value. If you find a 2060 Lincoln penny with this rare error, you may just be holding a coin worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, let's get to the most exciting part of this video, the current market value of the 2060 Lincoln penny with the double die error. As of recent auctions and sales, the 2060 Lincoln penny can be worth up to an astonishing $585,503. That's right, this little penny, one of the most common coins in your change, could potentially be worth $500,000 if you have one of the rare double die error coins. Of course, the value of the coin depends on its condition and the specific type of error it has, but it's safe to say that a well-preserved 2060 Lincoln penny with this error can fetch an incredible price at auction. But keep in mind that not every 2060 penny is worth that kind of money. To put it in perspective, a well-circulated or damaged coin will fetch much less than a coin in mint condition. The grade of the coin is critical in determining its value. Coins are graded based on their condition, from poor to mint state, MS 70, with the higher grades being more valuable. The double die error is also more valuable when it's clearly visible. If you can spot the doubling on key areas like the Liberty inscription or the date, the value of your coin will increase significantly. Identifying a double die error on the 2060 Lincoln penny is easier than you might think. Here are some tips to help you spot it. The most noticeable sign of a double die is the doubling of the numbers in the date. On a 2060 penny, you may see a split or shadowed number in the date. Look at the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you notice any doubling or splitting of the letters, that could be a sign of a double die error. Examine the coin closely under a magnifying glass. You might be able to spot a doubling of the features, which is the hallmark of this error. On the 2060 penny, check for any unusual doubling of the D mint mark. If the mint mark looks off or distorted, that could also indicate a valuable error coin. If you think you found one of these rare pennies, it's definitely worth getting it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC to confirm the error and determine its true value. In conclusion, the 2060 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a simple coin can turn into a treasure. Whether it's the rich history of the Lincoln penny or the rare double die error that makes some of these coins worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, this penny definitely deserves a place in any serious coin collection. If you find a 2060 Lincoln penny in your spare change, make sure to check it carefully. You might just have a coin worth $585,503 sitting in your pocket. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into this fascinating coin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to RFCoins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. I'll be back with more exciting coin-related content soon, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Take care, and remember, sometimes, the smallest coins have the biggest stories to tell. Hey everyone, welcome back to the RFCoins channel, where we dive into the world of coins, their fascinating histories, and how much they're really worth. If you're a coin enthusiast or just getting started, this is the perfect place for you. Today, we have an absolutely exciting episode for you, one that could make your coin collection worth a lot more than you think. We're talking about the 2060 Lincoln penny, a coin that is holding some impressive value in the market today. But before we dive into the specifics, let me remind you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content on rare coins, their history, and how to spot treasures hiding right under your nose. Let's get started. The 2060 Lincoln cent is part of the famous Lincoln penny series, which has been in circulation for over a century now. For those of you who don't know, the Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Ever since then, the design has evolved, but the central figure of Lincoln has remained constant. Now, the 2060 Lincoln penny is special for a few reasons. For starters, it was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. In 2006, the U.S. Mint released the coin as part of the ongoing series of Lincoln pennies that had already gained significant attention from collectors. But what makes the 2006 coin particularly interesting today is how it's valued in the market, and how a seemingly ordinary penny can become worth a significant amount of money. Before we get into the details of the 2006, let's talk a bit about the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was designed by Victor David Brenner and has been through several design changes since its introduction. The most famous design change occurred in 1959, when the reverse side of the penny was altered to show the Lincoln Memorial in honor of the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released a series of 4 different reverse designs, each celebrating a different part of Lincoln's life: the log cabin, the Union Shield, the Abraham Lincoln Memorial, and the current shield design. This was a monumental shift that made these pennies even more exciting for collectors and investors alike. Now, let's focus on the 2060 Lincoln cent. To the untrained eye, it might seem like just another penny. After all, it's a copper-plated zinc coin that looks almost identical to other pennies circulating during that time. But what many people don't know is that the value of a 2060 Lincoln penny can be far greater than its face value, and we're going to explore exactly why. For starters, the 2060 penny is one of the last coins to be minted in a year before the U.S. Mint made significant changes to its production processes. While this doesn't make the coin rare in the traditional sense, there's something about this. Today, we've got an exciting and fascinating topic for you all, especially if you're a coin collector or just someone who loves to dig into the world of numismatics. We're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in circulation today, the 2015 Lincoln penny. That's right, we're talking about a simple penny that could be hiding a lot more value than you might think. So, sit tight, because by the end of this video, you'll have all the info you need to identify, understand, and possibly cash in on this amazing coin. Let's start by taking a look at the basic history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, has become an iconic symbol of American currency. With its striking portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, it has represented everything from hard work and perseverance to the American spirit. For over a century, the design has remained a fixture of U.S. coins, with only a few variations throughout the years. But what makes the 2015 D. Lincoln penny so unique? What makes the 2015 D. Lincoln penny special? Now, most people look at a penny and think, oh, it's just a penny, worth 1 cent. But here's the thing, while the 2015 D. Lincoln penny might seem like a typical coin, there are certain factors that can turn it into a hidden treasure. First off, let's talk about its minting. The 2015 D penny, like most modern pennies, was struck by the Denver Mint. That's the D you'll see on the reverse side of the coin, just below the Lincoln Memorial. While many of us associate pennies with low value, certain factors can make a specific year or mint mark more valuable than others. The 2015 D. Lincoln penny is one of those coins. Let's break down exactly why this coin is worth so much more than its face value, the key to the 2015 D. Lincoln penny's value. So, what makes this particular penny so valuable? There are several factors that could potentially increase the worth of this coin. One of the biggest reasons for the value of a coin is whether it has any rare errors or unique features. The 2015 D penny is no exception. Some of these coins have been known to feature misprints or minting errors, which can make them worth far more than a regular penny. Coins with double dies, where the design is printed twice, or coins with poor strikes, where parts of the coin are underdeveloped or unclear, can be incredibly rare. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors and can bring in big money. So, if you happen to have a 2015 D penny with any noticeable minting flaws, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Just like with any other collectible, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Pennies that have been well preserved and are in excellent condition are worth far more than those that are heavily worn or damaged. If your 2015 D penny is in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been in circulation and shows little to no wear, its value could significantly increase. Coins in mint condition, graded as MS65 or higher by professional grading services, can often fetch a much higher price on the market. Another aspect that can increase the value of the 2015 D. Lincoln penny is its composition. While most modern pennies are made from copper-plated zinc, they still have that familiar look and feel that makes them a recognizable part of the American currency system. But what collectors really care about is how rare or sought after the coin is, and some years see a higher demand than others. As the years go by, fewer and fewer 2015 D pennies will be in mint condition or in circulation, making those that survive the test of time worth more. Another factor that could be boosting the value of this penny is the historical context surrounding it. The Lincoln penny, as we mentioned earlier, is one of the most beloved coins in U.S. history. But there's a deeper layer here. In 2015, the penny was already starting to face questions about its future. Many people have debated whether the U.S. should stop producing pennies altogether, due to their rising production costs and relatively low purchasing power. As the debate over the future of the penny continues, coins like the 2015 D. Lincoln penny could be seen as a reminder of a pivotal moment in American currency history. Current market value of the 2015 D. Lincoln penny. Okay, let's get down to the numbers. The current market value of a 2015 D. Lincoln penny isn't just about its face value of 1 cent, far from it. Depending on the factors we just discussed, the value of this coin can range dramatically. If the coin is in typical circulated condition, meaning it has been used in everyday transactions and shows some wear and tear, the value will likely hover around 1 cent, or slightly more, due to its minimal rarity. However, as we've pointed out, there's always a chance that your penny could be in better condition or have a rare minting error that increases its value. For example, uncirculated coins, those in pristine condition, can sell for anywhere between $1 to $5 or more, depending on the specific coin and its grade. But the real goldmine comes with rare errors or highly sought-after variations. Some of these coins have been known to sell for upwards of $100 or more at auction, especially if they're in mint condition with no flaws. For the truly rare finds, including error coins and those with unique variations, it's not unheard of for a 2015 D. Lincoln penny to be valued in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. As more collectors catch on to these rarities, their value could continue to rise. How to spot the valuable 2015 D Lincoln penny. Now that you know the potential value of your 2015 D Lincoln penny, you're probably wondering how you can spot the valuable ones. Here are some tips for identifying if your penny could be worth more than just 1 cent. Look closely at the coin's design. Are there any doubling effects on the date, the inscriptions, or the Lincoln Memorial? These doubling errors can drastically increase the coin's worth. The better the condition of the penny, the higher the chance it could be valuable. Use a magnifying glass to examine the details and determine whether there's any wear on the coin's surface. The less wear and tear, the more valuable the penny could be. If you think your coin might be valuable, consider getting it graded by a professional service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the Professional Coin Grading Service. A high-grade 2015 D penny could be worth a lot more than you might expect. Where to sell your 2015 D Lincoln penny? If you believe you've got a valuable 2015 D penny on your hands, you're probably wondering where to sell it. There are several options for selling your coin, including websites like eBay are great platforms for selling individual coins. You can auction your coin or set a fixed price based on its value. Local coin shops or dealers specializing in rare coins can offer you an estimate on the value of your penny and potentially buy it from you. Attending a coin show or auction is another great way to sell your valuable penny. These events gather collectors from all over, so you'll have a higher chance of finding a buyer willing to pay top dollar for your coin. So, there you have it. The 2015 D Lincoln penny might seem like just another penny, but with its potential for minting errors, its condition, and its place in American history, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. If you've got one in your collection, take a close look. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, coin values, and the fascinating world of numismatics, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And if you have any thoughts or questions about the 2015 D Lincoln penny or any other coins you're interested in, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and continue the conversation. Until next time, happy hunting and keep collecting.